Jerry Royster's going to lead it off here for the Braves. He's off to a great start. He's batting .295 with no homers and 15 RBIs. And John Candelaria is making his 13th start of the year. He's 4-6 with a 2.87 ERA. Here's the pitch to Jerry. That's going to be a 9 against the lefty. That's going to be popped up down the second to his counterpart down there. That'll be out number 1. And Bob Beal comes to the plate. Beal batting .333. No homers and 2 RBIs. That's going to be a base on balls. So a 1-out walk. Braves got a runner down at first for Jeff Burris. And Burris is batting .311. He's got 7 homers and 31 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 24-2. That'll be fielding column 1. That's going to be a hit by pitch. He hits Jeff. I don't think it was done on purpose, but the Braves ain't too happy about it. That brings up first Gary Matthews. And Matthews is only batting .197. He has 2 homers and 8 RBIs. Can the Sarge get something going here? Here's the pitch to Gary. And that's going to be a 21-2. 21-2. That'll be fielding column 2. Wait a second. That's going to be a single, and he's going to get a single. Matthews is, and that's going to field the bases. Yeah, that's a single by Matthews. Hit down the first. Stargell can't get to the bag. Matthew beats it out. Now you got the bases full. Dale Murphy at the plate. Can the Murph bust this game open quickly here? Murphy's batting .222. He does have 11 homers and 20 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Murph. And that's going to be a 63. And the defense back. We'll get the runner out at second. But the run will score on the 3-6 put out. So a 3-6 put out. Murph gets an RBI. It's Atlanta 1. Pittsburgh yet to come to the plate. And Bobby Bonnell comes up batting .246. Runners on first and third. And he's got no homers and 8 RBIs. Can he drive in another run here and get the Braves at least a 2-0 lead? Bases loaded. They scored 1. Can they score a few more? And that's going to be a 35-2. 35-2. And Stargell's getting a workout down there. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Stargell goes to second with it. And that'll end the inning. The Braves score 1. Atlanta 1. Pirates coming to the plate. You got Pittsburgh's upcoming schedule. They got one more game here against the Braves. Then the Cincinnati Reds come to town for a 3-game series. And then Pittsburgh goes on the road, take on Houston. Tavares will lead it off here, followed by Moreno and Stanton. And Frank is batting .304 on the year, no homers and 17 RBIs. Dick RUTHVEN, this is his 12th start of the year. He's 5-4 with a 1.95 ERA. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be against the righty. 15, 8, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. He makes the catch for out number 1. And Omar Moreno comes to the plate, and he's batting .218 on the year. No homers and 4 RBIs. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes him out. There's 2 down here. Bottom of the first. And Rennie comes up to the plate. Stetton is batting a .190 with no homers and 7 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this off of Dick. Let's see where this ends up at. And that ball is high. That ball is far. And this ball game is tied up. Rennie gets a hold of that and hits his first homer of the year, folks. And it's now a 1-1 game. And Bill Robinson comes to the plate. Nobody on with 2 outs. And Bill's batting .215 with a homer and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Rocket. He fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. But the Pirates tied up on the Rennie homer, and then you go to the top of the second in a 1-1 game. You got the bottom third due up here for the Braves. Gilbreth, Rocket, and Ruthven. And Gilbreth's batting .248, no homers and 13 RBI. And he gets a hold of this. These guys are showing up hitting here today, folks. And that's going to be a double in the right field, a leadoff double. And the Braves got to go ahead run down at second and scoring position. And Pat Rocket comes to the plate. And Pat's batting .165 on the year, no homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball, 55 and a 7. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Actually, that's going to be a pop up down the short. He makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Dick comes to the plate. He's batting .292 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. They're going to let him swing away. He's already in scoring position here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes out. Now there's 2 down. Jerry Royster comes to the plate. And Royster's 0 for 1. He popped up his first time up. And that's going to be another pop up down the short. And that'll win the inning. So the leadoff double goes nowhere. Braves strand 1 to the bottom of the second. We go in a 1-1 tie. You got Stargell, Milner, and Ott due up. Willie batting .319 on the year with 6 homers and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the go-ahead runs down at first with a leadoff walk. And John Milner comes to the plate, and he's batting .296 on the year with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center, and that'll be out number 1. And Mr. Ott's up, and Ed's batting .292 with 3 homers and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 45. And a 4. And we'll get the batter out at first. Willie will get down the third. Down the second, rather. So now you got the go-ahead run in scoring position for Phil Gardner. He's batting .227 with 2 homers and 18 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this old scrap iron. Willie doesn't have a lot of speed out there, but it's not going to matter with that. That ball is going to find the gap. And that's going to be hit in the right field. Sorry, it's going to be hit in the left field. And that's going to be a double. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. And now the Candyman's up. And the Candyman, he's batting .250 on the year, folks. No homers and 2 RBIs. Another runner down there at second. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll win the inning, but the Pirates score 1 on the double by Gardner and take a 2-1 lead into the third. You got Beal, Burris, and Matthews, the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Bob, he walked and came around to score the first run of the game. That's going to be another base on balls. The Candyman walks him for the second time. Jeff Burris, he got hit by a pitch his first time up. Jeff makes him pay as he dropped the dice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Stargell. That might get through for a base hit for Burris. 5. Runner down at first. And 25 and a 2. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Jeff comes through with a hit. Now it's first and second. And nobody out. Braves making some noise. Trying to get back in this game. And Gary Matthews, he singled his first time up. Can he do it again here? Maybe drive in a run. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He comes back. The Candyman falls behind 2-0 and strikes him out. Big strikeout for Candelaria. Only his second strikeout of the game. And here comes Dale Murphy. He grounded out. His first time up with the bases loaded, but drove in a run. Murph drive in run number 2 here. Here's the pitch to Murph. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And that's going to be the old 3-6-3 double play. Murph hits into the 3-6-3 double play. That ends the inning, and the Candyman gets out of the jam. We get to the bottom of the third. It's still 2-1 Pirates. We got the top of the order due up here. Taveras, Moreno, and Stanton. And Taveras, he flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Gilbert's up with it, fires over to Bob for out number 1. And now you can see the Pirates' upcoming schedule. They got one more game against Atlanta, and then the Cincinnati Reds come to town. And then Pirates go on and play Houston. Omar Moreno struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 7. That's going to be a single. So Omar Moreno's aboard here, and you know what that means. He's probably going to be taking off for second, folks. So an infield hit is going to probably turn into at least a stolen base chance here. So Moreno's down at first. That'll be a 4-33. So that'll be a 4. That'll be a 63 or lower. He's safe at second. How many stolen bases does Omar have on the year? He has 15 so far. Going for number 16, and he's in there with a stolen base. Murph can't throw him out. So now you got a runner down at second. Let's see here. Does he try to go for third? Can he try for third? He might even try for third here. That'll be a, let's see here, make sure I'm doing this right. That'll be a -5 and a 4. I think that'll be a 28 to steal third. I might try to steal third here. Make sure I'm doing this right. I don't steal third very often. Make sure. I think it's a -5. I'm trying to steal third. Attempting to steal third. You have decreased by 5 if the batter's left-handed, which he's not. Decrease it by 7. So it's by 5, add 4. So it's only -1. That's a 28. So a 28 to get the third. It's a 54 or lower. So Moreno's going to try to steal third. And what did I say? It was a 28. And he's in there. It was close, but he's got a stolen base, folks. He is safe at third. So now you got a runner down at third and 1 out as they're running wild on the Murph. Now you got a runner at third. There's no way he's going to try to steal home, is he? Are we going to get crazy and try to steal home? Let's see if he can even attempt it. Only 2 outs. So you got a runner down at third, 1 out, Rennie at the plate, and Omar down there at third. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Let's see if that's deep enough. 55 and a 2. That'll be fielding column 2. And I'll have to re-roll a die. That'll be a 62, and that's going to be plenty deep enough. Sacrifice fly, and the stolen base pays off, and the Pirates increase the lead to 3-1. Now Robinson's up with 2 outs and nobody on in a 3-1 game. Robinson's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be another fly ball outfield, and that'll end the inning. But Omar gets on, steals second, steals third, and comes home on a sacrifice fly. And the Pirates take a 3-1 lead into the top of the 4th. You've got Bunnell, Gilbreth, and the Rocket due up here for the Braves. And Barry's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Rennie calls for it, makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Ron Gilbreth comes to the plate. He doubled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rennie. He fields it cleanly over to Stargell, and there's quickly 2 down. Can Pat Rocket get a 2-out rally going? He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frank. And the Braves go down in order. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got Stargell due up, followed by Milner and Ott. Stargell walked and came around to score his first time. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry at second. Oyster's up with it. And there's 1 down. And John Milner comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 1. Flew out to center his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball. This one out to Matthews in right. And now there's 2 down. And we got Ed Odd up now. Ed's 0 for 1. And not anymore, because that's going to be against the righty at 10 on a 7. Yep, 10 on 7. That's going to be a single in right field. So Odd's aboard here with a 2-out hit. That brings up Phil Gardner. And Gardner, he doubled and drove in a run his first time up back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down to short. And the Rocket's going to fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. And the Pirates strand one. We go to the top of the fifth in a 3-1 ball game. We got RUTHVEN due up, and then we're back to the top of the order, and Royster and Beal. And Dick's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Omar in center. There's one down. And Royster comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has popped up twice, the second and short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Milner in left. Quickly 2 down here in the fifth. And Beal, can he get a 2-out rally? He has walked both times today. Came around to score once. And that's a lazy fly ball out to center field. And that'll do it. The Braves go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the fifth we go. Pirates with a 2-run lead. And they got the Candyman due up. It's Tavares and Marino due up after that. And John, he struck out his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a 11. That's going to be a base hit. In the left field, the Candyman says, we don't need no stinking DH. A leadoff single by John Candelaria. And Tavares is up now. Frank is a 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. Here's the pitch to Tavares. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 44 and a 4. And that's going to be... Get the runner out at second. But they can't turn to. So Tavares is now down at first. And he's probably going to be taken off. They're going to run on Murph until he can prove he can throw him out. It'll be a 29. So that'll be a 55 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. Now you got a runner in scoring position for Omar Moreno. And he is 1 for 2. He has singled, stolen 2 bases, and came around to score. Here's the pitch to Omar. And that's going to be a swing and a miss that strikes him out. That's a big strikeout as Paul joins us here. Check out Paul's great channel at FSC Sports Desk with Paul. And Rennie's up. Rennie hit that 2-run homer. Well, no, he hit a solo homer and had a sacrifice fly his last time up. Rennie's driving in 2 out of the 3 runs here for the Pirates. 2 outs. Tavares at second. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Sorry, that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And that'll end the inning. So Tavares gets stranded at second. It's still 3-1 Pirates. If we get to the top of the second, we got the big boys due up here. Burris, Matthews, and Murphy. See, the Braves are 18 and 30. They've scored 181 runs on 33 homers, have stolen 15 bases, been caught 9 times. The Pirates are 27 and 23. They've scored 184 runs. They've hit 22 homers. They've stolen 48 bases and been caught 38 times. And Jeff Burris gets something going here. He's been on base both times. He's been hit by a pitch, and he singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Jeff gets on base again. That brings the tying run to the plate. And then the starter, Gary Matthews. Matthews is 1 for 2. He has singled it, but he struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. Can Matthews take advantage of this 2-0 pitch? And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And Omar Moreno's out there, a damn good fielding center fielder. And it's going to be a single. You can't get to it. How about that? That's going to drop in front of Omar. And Matthews has got himself the second hit. And now you got runners at first and second. And nobody out. That brings up the Murph. Can the Murph cash in here? He does already have one RBI in the game. He's over 2. He did ground into a 3-6-3 double play his last time up. See if the Murph can deliver here. And that's going to be against the lefty. 11 and a 10. And that is going to be a single. That's a Baltimore chop. And Murph beats that one down to first. It's a little Baltimore chopper. And Murphy fills the bases. And the Braves are making noise here. Bases full. They'll play back for the double play. Try not to give up a big inning here. Can Barry deliver? Barry is 0 for 2. Bunnell is grounded into a force play. And he has popped up. Bases full of Braves. Burris at third, Matthews at second, the Murph at first, Barry at the plate. One swing in the back could tie this game up. And that's going to be ground ball, not what they wanted, folks. That might get a run in, but not what the Braves wanted. That ball's hit down to second, 26 on the 6th. 26 on the 6th, fielding column 2. And that's going to be the old 4-6-3. And no, Barry beats the throw, so all they get is 1 out. That'll be a 4-6 put out. They can't turn 2, so he'll get an RBI. And now the tying run is 90 feet away, and there's still only 1 out instead of 2. Runners on first and third. And Ron Gilbreth is up. Gilbreth's 1 for 2 with a double in this game. Matthews down at third. And Barry down at first. Here's the pitch to Gilbreth. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 6. And that's going to be a base hit, right? A 6. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And the Braves tie this ball game up against the Candyman. How about that? Let's see if Barry can get down to third. That'll be the question. And that'll be a 62. Robinson's got a good arm, but I don't think he's going to stop Barry. He's going to get down to third with no throw. So an RBI single, and you got runners still at first and third. And the Rockets up. Can Pat Rocket keep this merry-go-round going and give the Braves the lead? They go out and talk to the Candyman. He says he's got it. They're going to let him pitch to Pat. Pat is 0 for 2. He's popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be the old double play ball, I believe. 54 and a 7. 54 and a 7. I'll be fielding column 3. No, it's not. They can't turn a double play to save their ass. Nope, they can't turn 2. That's going to be safe at first. They'll get the runner out at second. And the Braves able to beat out these ground balls. It's paying off. Their speed's paying off. And it's a 4-3 game as John Candelaria is getting nickeled and dime here. Now the Rockets down at first. And Dick's at the plate. And Dick Ruthen's 0 for 2. He is struck out and flown out. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Omar. But the Braves score 3 and take a 4-3 lead here to the bottom of the 6th. And you got Robinson, Stargell, and Milner due up here. And Robinson's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 15. That's going to be a hit for Bill Robinson. So right away, the Pirates get the tying run on board, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate, and Willie Stargell, he's 0 for 1. He walked and came around the score back in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes Stargell out for out number 1. John Milner comes to the plate. He has flown out to center and right. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 26 and a 7. That will barely be column number 1. And they'll get the runner out at second on the 4-6 put out. Milner's able to beat the throw. Let's see if they can take advantage of it like the Braves with beating out the double play ball. At Ott, he's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And he gets this one, drives this. Let's see, that'll be 10. That's going to be a base hit into right field. That'll be a 1. That'll be a 49. Milner doesn't have very good speed, but Matthews does not have a very damn good arm out there. A 34, so a 64 or lower. 64 or lower will get the job done. And that'll get Milner down the third. All of a sudden, the Pirates are making some noise here with 2 outs. And scrap iron, Phil Gardner comes up now. Can Dick keep this a 1-run lead here? First and third and 2 outs. And Phil Gardner's 1 for 2 with an RBI double in the game. And that's going to be a fly ball. Matthews gets to it, makes the catch. And that's the end of the 6th. We go to the 7th inning. It's 4-3 Atlanta. Got the top of the order due up here for the Braves. Royster, Bill, and Burris. Royster's 0 for 3. He has popped up twice and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Milner. That'll be out number 1. Can Bob Beal do something here? With 1 out, nobody on. He has walked twice, flown out his last time up. He's 0 for 1. That's going to be a grounder back to the Candyman. He fires over to Stargell, and there's 2 down. So it's up to Jeff Burris to get something going here. He is 1 for 1. He has walked, been hit by a pitch, came around the score back in the 6th. And that's going to be a rare play. 40 and a 54. That's going to be a foul ball. Strike 1 on Jeff. Can Jeff do something here with this 0-1 pitch? Nope, that's a comebacker to Candyman, and that'll win the inning. The Braves go down 1-2-3. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-3 Atlanta. Not a problem, Paul. You have a good one, man. So we'll have a pitch hitter here for the Candyman. You know he's 1 for 2. He could still win this game if the Pirates can come back here in the 7th. And then you'll have Tavares and Moreno due up here. See who's going to come off the bench. Do they want to use Parker now? That is the question. Do they want the Cobra to come off the bench now, or do they want to wait and see if they can bring him up with a runner on? That is the question. I think they're going to wait. So Ray's going to come in the game, the pitch hit. Steve's going to come in the pitch hit here against Dick RUTHVEN. And Steve is batting .179 with no homers and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Dick, and that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. So the pitch hit single works out for the Pirates. And again, the tying runs on base. The go-ahead run comes to the plate. And Tavares is 0 for 3. He did reach on a fielder's choice and stole a base. Here's the pitch to Tavares. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 15. And that's going to be a single. And all of a sudden, back-to-back singles. And the Braves are in a heap of trouble. Now you got the tying run at second. Go ahead, run at first. Alrighty, now we got first and second. Nobody out. Omar Moreno is up. He's 1 for 3. He's got 2 stolen bases in this game. And here's the pitch to Moreno. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by Dick. And there's 1 down here in the 7th. Rennie's at the plate. He's already homered in this game. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Rennie. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 31 and a 7. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Rocket. His only plays over to first. Now you got first and third and 2 outs. And Bill Robinson up. Wait a second. What was that? Was it second and third? Did I put that in right? First and second. What was that? It was a 28. So now you got second and third, 2 outs. Bill Robinson up. And Bill is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Bill Robinson. And that's going to be a base on balls. Now the bases are full. Stargell's at the plate. That might be it for Dick. Let's see here. And Craig's going to come in here to pitch the lefty. Stargell. That's going to be it for Dick. Runners is his responsibility. So that's going to be it for him. Let's see, where is he at? There's Craig. As Philip Reynolds joins us, check out his great channel. So this is Craig's third appearance of the season. He's 1-1 with a 13.5 ERA. Base is full of Pirates. And Stargell at the plate. Stargell is 0 for 2. He's walked, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be against the lefty. 10, 15, 20, 20, and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gary Matthews. And that'll end the inning. And the Braves get out of it with nobody scoring. It's still 4-3. Now you got Matthews due up, followed by Murphy, and let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen. You got the righties coming up. And it looks like Ed Whitson's going to come out of the bullpen. And this is Ed Whitson's second appearance of the year. No record and no ERA. And he'll be facing, like I say, Matthews, Murphy, and Bunnell. Matthews is 2 for 3. He singled and came around the score the last time up. And that ball is driven into the gap. Matthews has got himself a leadoff double. So Matthews is down at second. Murph's up. And Dale Murphy is 1 for 3. He's got an RBI, singled his last time up. Can he give the Braves some insurance runs here? And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. That'll be out number 1. And Barry's up, and Bunnell is 0 for 3. He did have an RBI his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 46 and a 7. Fielding column 3. That's going to be a pop-up down the short. And there's 2 down. So it's up to Gilbert here to deliver here and give the Braves an insurance run. And Rod's 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 17 and a 9. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Tavares over the first, and that'll end the inning. The leadoff double goes nowhere. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And you got the lefties coming up, so they're going to let Craig stay in the game here. And Milner is 0 for 3 today. Can he get something going here? Here's the pitch to John Milner. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center. And that'll be out number 1. And they got Rick Camp getting ready in the bullpen. Now, Ed Hunt's up now. He's 2 for 3. Singled his last 2 times up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 15 and a 8. That's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. He makes the catch. And now there's 2 down. And Scrap Iron comes up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI double in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that'll end the 8th. We get to the top of the 9th in a 4-3 ball game. And Whitson is due to lead off the 9th. See if he can make it through this 9th inning here. You got the bottom part of the order due up. Rocket, a pitch hitter. And Royster due up. The Rocket is 0 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Hit to his counterpart, and that's 1 down. The pitch hitter here in camp will come in the game. Try to close it out. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And Office is going to come off the bench. So it looks like. Trying to get on here. Give some insurance runs for the Braves. Office ain't even in the damn. Huh. What the heck? Close this out. What the heck? This is a pitcher. So Office isn't available. Is that what they're saying? There he is. I'm getting ready to say. There we go. So Office is coming off the bench. Had him on page 2. Now we're good. And Office is batting .306 with 2 homers and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. No, it's not. It's going to be a Baltimore chopper down. And they're going to throw him out. So Office gets thrown out. Nice play by Ott. And now you got Royster due up. And Royster is 0 for 4 today. Can he get a 2-out rally going? And that's going to be a rare play, a 42 and a 36. That's going to be a foul ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a base on balls. Royster gets on here with a 2-out walk. And Bob Beal comes up. And Beal was 0 for 2. He's walked twice, flown out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third, I believe. Yep, down the third. Gardner's got it, and that'll end the inning. The Braves strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Braves trying to hang on to a 1-run lead. Camp will come in the game. Trying to close it out here for the Braves. Have a pitch hitter for Whitson. So let's see who's going to come out of the dugout. A pitch hit for Whitson. And it's Cobra time. Dave Parker's going to come off the bench. Try to tie this ball game up. So Dave Parker comes off the bench. He's batting .313 on the year with 6 homers and 30 RBIs. And this is Camp's 15th appearance. He's 0-4 with 5 saves and an 8.57 ERA. Here's the pitch to Parker. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 6 and a 9. That's going to be a hit by Parker. So the time runs down at first. So Parker's aboard here. And Parker's going to take off and try to get in scoring position. That'll be a 33, 63 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. Now you got the time run at second and move body out. And Tavares is up. Tavares is 1 for 4. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound of 46 and a 1. 46 and a 1 is going to be fielding column 3. First and second on air. Pitcher misses, makes a wild throw to third, and the runner's going to score. So that's going to be a wild throw, an E1. Runner on second's going to score, and the batter's going to get down to second. So now you still got a runner at second. The ball game's tied. And more Moreno's up now in a 4-4 ball game. Moreno's 1 for 4 with 2 stolen bases. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short, 41 and a 7. That'll be fielding column 3. And the runner will get down to third. So now you got Tavares down at third with 1 out. The Braves will have to bring the infield in. And the Pirates are trying to walk it off. Rennie is 1 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be 26 with the infield in. And let's see here, 54 and a 7. 54 and a 7. And that's going to be a single. And that's going to end the game, folks. The Pirates walk it off. Single in the right field. And the Pirates come back and win this game 5-4. Look here at the score card. Excuse me. Box score.